I absolutely love that we're in a world where we're getting 4K releases of some of my favourite films. John Carpenter's first movie, Dark Star, for me, is one that I absolutely love. It is a cult classic, released in 1974, written by John Carpenter and Dan O'Bannon, starring Dan O'Bannon, directed by John Carpenter, who does the score as well. It's one of those movies that is really lightning in a bottle, that came out of something really surprising. It started off as a student film, and through sheer exuberance and excitement and passion for filmmaking, blew up into something bigger and more impactful than what it was first thought to be. And Dark Star follows the dysfunctional crew of a dilapidated spaceship who's tasked with destroying unstable planets that threaten future human colonization. And the crew that's been doing this have been doing it for 20 years. They're starting to lose their grasp on sanity, their mission purpose, and the technology around about them is breaking down or fighting almost against them. It is incredibly funny. It is one of those silly films that I think when you're in the right mood, it just hits perfectly. There is a certain level of creativity and just passion that you can feel coming through the performances, the sets, and the direction.
Oh yeah, storage area 9 self-destructed last week and destroyed the ship's entire supply of toilet paper.
It's easy to see when you look at Dark Star the impact that it would have later on as well. Most notably, I suppose, is Alien. When it looks at space travel here or jobs, it's kind of absurdity and bureaucracy. It's a mundane job. It's not clean-cut spaceships and doing incredible jobs. They're doing the grunt work. They're greasy, they're oily, they're living in hovels, the equipment's breaking down, they're just trying to do their job. It's incompetent. The bureaucracy is still there, even as they relate to their bosses. It's a cynical look at a broken down future.
14 light years from a vegetable that went squawk and let it think when you touch it. Remember that?
All right, then.
Don't give me any of that intelligent life stuff. Find me something I can blow up.
You can see Carpenter all the way through this, from the electronic score, the anti-authority attitude that would bleed into a lot of his movies going forward. There's a dark comedy bleakness to this. It's funny, but it's things that are laugh out loud funny, more kind of quirky ways of looking at situations. The team dynamic, a core group of people who really start to break down as the pressures put on top of them, has all that Carpenter DNA that would move through the rest of his career. Like I said, the Dan O'Bannon influence on Alien is quite apparent. There's a sequence they added in later on with a little alien mascot thing that would move into sort of alien world later on, but you can definitely see the DNA of it here. And I love the way the story is structured and put together. You get a feel for all these characters, where exactly they sit within this world, how they're feeling at that particular moment, how everything has just weighed them down and they're struggling to break free as they sit and have mundane conversations, as they talk about passions and things they would love to do. It really comes through in the characters, but not only does it come through in the characters, it ties together in some wonderfully fun moments, particularly the end shot when we have Doolittle, who's been talking about surfing as well. It just comes to a great climax. And there are standout sequences throughout this as well. A lot of people don't like the alien segment because of the lo-fi quality of it. I find it hilarious. I think it's incredibly silly. It really pushes that comedic element of the film. It does disrupt the film a good little bit, but you can tell it's been added in later on. It's kind of silly, but really funny. The malfunctioning bombs, or the bomb that's sentient and are really just annoyed that they don't get to go off, is incredibly funny as well.
Repeat, you are not to detonate the bomb bay. Disarm yourself. This is an order. I read you, Lieutenant Doolittle, but I am programmed to detonate in 14 minutes.
Going to Commander Powell, a character that we've heard all the way through the film, to find that his body is in cryo storage and they can still communicate with someone who's dead but stored alive. Yeah, it's a wonderful movie that's deeply underappreciated by the masses, but the cult fans out there, the John Carpenter fans who can see it for what it is, love this film. I myself absolutely love this film. Now, I was really curious about the 4K transfer. I think it's the first one by Fabulous Films, and this was a 16mm filmed movie that was blown up to 35, so it's never going to look like that crisp, but they do an amazing job with it. It's sharp, you don't have any bleed out of colour. When it gets to the sort of darker sequences, everything is nice and clean. You can spot more detail. They've really cleaned up the film, taking away scratches and debris and all those kind of things. It looks about as good as I would expect it could possibly look. And of course the audio is terrific as well. Let's dive in and have a look at the packaging and the extras. So here is Dark Star from Fabulous Films on 4K, this limited edition Blu-ray 4K pack. As you can see, it's a chunky edition, and when we take this sleeve off, there is a hard box case that opens up to reveal all the goodies inside. So what we have here is a patch from the Dark Star uniforms, and we have the case itself. If you open it up, you'll see we've got the 4K, we've got the Blu-ray, and we have a couple of booklets right here as well. Now here is a kind of fun mission log that's added to it, just with a few days throughout their mission, just a kind of fun read. And here is a booklet with an essay by Michael Doyle, which is excellent. Next we have the pack that comes with this limited edition with some goodies inside. That includes a press pack, which is just fantastic. I love this little extra. Then we have 8 art cards from various scenes within the films. These are really quite thick as well. Art cards are one of those things that you either love or hate. Nice to look at. I'm not really too sure what you can do with them otherwise. Here is one side of the poster, and here is the second side as well. So here we are in the disc for Dark Star. You have the theatrical version, which runs for 1 hour 23 minutes, and then you have the director's cut, which runs for 1 hour 11 minutes. If we go to the extras, we have a commentary by superfan Andrew Gilchrist. We have a trailer, and we have some special bonus features. First up, there is the absolutely fantastic and star of the show, Let There Be Light, The Odyssey of Dark Star. This came out in 2010. It is a retrospective looking at making of the film, and its impact is 1 hour 56 minutes 39 seconds, and is one of the best documentaries on the making of a film I think I've ever seen. So much information, really everybody that was involved in the production, and its impact, truly an outstanding extra. Next we have interview with sci-fi author Alan Dean Foster. This runs for 34 minutes 45 seconds. A little bit about his career and how he came on to write the novelisation of this movie, which is something I really need to get my hands on now. We have a written introduction by Dan O'Bannon. This is 1 minute 25, and basically just scanning the letter that he wrote about this film. Then we have Brian Nareel, who played Doolittle in the film, and he is talking about his career. It's 40 minutes 10 seconds. He's got great anecdotes. You can tell he's got a great passion, tells some great stories, and it was just fun to go along his little adventure. We have galleries, biographies, and a 3D guide to the Dark Star ship. I thought this was excellent. It's just a novel little piece where it tours around a kind of computer model of the ship. It's really fun. And then we have trivia, which is basically screens of text just telling you fun facts about the film that you can go through at your own pace. All in, it is a terrific set of extras, including that documentary, that just make this essential for any John Carpenter fan. That's the extras for Dark Star. Dark Star on 4K is the definitive home edition yet again. The improved picture and quality is great. The extras are fantastic and really make this terrific. And this is a wonderful addition to my Carpenter 4K collection. Love it. I'd love to know your thoughts on Darkstar on this package, or what edition are you picking up, the standard or the limited edition? Go for the limited. It's just a little bit cooler in my eyes. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.